Okay, she's represented. No more talking to her. I'd like to see her, please.
I'm prone to being vasovagal.
Right, killed her husband, slipped her mind. It happens. They got evidence?
It doesn't look very good.
This is over our heads.
Why?
I agree with John. We've never done a homicide. Criminal law is not our strength. We should refer this out.
We don't need to refer it out.
The defendant will undergo a psychiatric examination to determine competency.
You say you suffer from blackouts. Have you ever been treated for this?
He's got me on medication.
It's over our heads.
It's not over our heads.
Think of the publicity.
You like publicity.
Richard Fish, we represent Marie Hansen.
Rebecca filled me in. Why don't you want to do it yourselves?
This is money and profile. You could paint the place, even fumigate. You in? Friendly group, they probably take homicides just to lighten up.
I am trying to desensitize myself to murder so I can become a better lawyer. I'm just afraid that this case will rub off on us, and I like the law, but I prefer softcore. Oh, he's supposed to be the best. He gets guilty murderers off all the time.
And blondes have dark roots.
Oh, that was Corporal. You know much about these guys? I had them flushed. That's about it. Let's just see how it plays out.
I've got authorization to meet with her shrink, which I'll do this afternoon. The dragnet guy, you know how he talked all clipped and never smiled? Bygones, the marriage was not in great shape. Do you think she's capable of...
I have to say, I'm not very comfortable with this discussion.
She waived privilege. We're her lawyers, Doctor.
I understand that, but there may be some things that have nothing to do with this case. Things she might not...
It's up to us to decide what's relevant to this case.
I'm sorry, but I don't agree. Doctors compromise their integrity when they become witnesses for hire.
So we won't pay you.
I can do that by affidavit. I'll swear to her blackouts, her seizures, the anxiety.
We need to convince a jury. That will be hard to do with affidavits.
If I have to beat the truth out of you as a hostile witness, I'll do that. You decide.
I don't think you endeared yourself.
Don't you think it would be better to fill us in on the strategy?
I just decided on the fly.
You know, I love how you economize with time.
I can't bring a guy home for coffee without expecting to be mauled.
Well, let me tell you, I've always considered it quackery.
Businesses everywhere lead with window dressing.
You broke a bone in his neck, Ms. Raddick.
He deserved it. The guy was out of line.
This other firm, Cage and Fish, I don't believe it's in your best interest to let them represent you.
Seems to me you're asking me to trust a person who doesn't put a high premium on trust.
Where do you get off going behind our backs?
I get on and off with the interest of the client.
That divisiveness does not help the client.
You have no experience doing homicides.
That's why we came to you.
Who said we weren't prepared to defer to your judgment?
Who said you'd always consult me? He just showed up on TV. You people are loose cannons. Do you have any idea what league you're in now?
There's nothing more sleazy than a lawyer who's a stickler for legal ethics.
I'm sorry, this isn't my call. We gotta book you on assault.
What?
Renee, this guy's a respected attorney.
Who came at me?
I'm not gonna argue the merits. We don't want to do this, but politically, Hamburg's afraid if we don't file...
You're taking me in?
I've arranged to do the arraignment in chambers to avoid any confusion.
Billy?
I have had it. This firm is a joke.
Evidently, Lizzie Borden's father at one point worked as an undertaker.
I think we should also get mock jurors. If this thing falls flat, we need feedback.
The doctor is the key to our defense, and we agreed that you might be the best person to handhold him.
Do you ever, want kids? Well, it's just a question. I'm not volunteering to carry them to term.
The guy was out of line, Allie.
I'm not saying that he wasn't.
And why do you keep going, Renee?
You hurt the guy. You're a kickboxer. You broke a bone in his neck. And it's okay for you to say that. You don't have to walk around with this "I meant to kick his head in" bravado.
Yeah, I'm not that hungry.
I am. Let's go grab a bite.